Hey, it's Chris here with your trout and steelhead fishing forecast for the weekend of May 4th and 5th. Looks like another great weekend coming up. Before we dive into it, quick reminder, on May 26th, we have the Trout Tour coming up in Elora, Ontario on the banks of the Grand River. This is going to be a really fun film festival about trout fishing from all over. Some great films to check out. We'll go fishing afterwards. It'll be a great day. We also have some free to attend events the same day earlier on, again on the river. We have free to attend demonstrations from guides in troop, Nick Groves and Tyler Dunsmore. We have chances to demo some awesome new product from our reps from Sage, Redington, and Rio. We're going to have our NRS rep on site showing off the new boats. We have free food and drink for you. We have some casting games. It's going to be a really fun time. You can check out all the details on our website. For your trout forecast, we've got a great weekend coming up. For those of you who missed out on last weekend, you missed a heck of an opener. We had really great conditions out there, but good news is this weekend also looks pretty prime. Great thing about this weekend coming is all week we've had really warm temperatures. So temps every day have been hitting 20 degrees or high teens at least. That's going to put the water temps in a really good spot for trout to be very active this coming weekend. The other thing was that little bit of rain that we had last weekend scared a lot of people off the rivers, and so those fish have seen relatively little pressure. So you've got active fish and unpressured fish, great mix. What's really cool as well is that those temps are going to get bugs moving in a big way. So we had really good bug activity last weekend, the Credit, the Grand, other rivers. We're seeing olives everywhere, blue-winged olives, but we're also seeing Hendricksons, so your first bigger mayfly hatch of the year, and not just in sparse numbers, but good solid numbers with fish eating them. I was on the Grand. I had two great fish that I hooked, one high teens to 20-inch range fish on Hendricksons midday. It's hard to beat that, and I think we'll see even more prime kind of conditions this coming weekend. If you're on the Credit temps are already hitting in around 13 degrees. That puts it in the range for sulfurs to come off. So another species added to the mix, sulfur mayflies. Those little yellow mayflies, they're really cool to see, and fish love eating them. So 3 major hatches going potentially this weekend. Definitely a great time to be a dry fly angler. That said, be prepped with nymphs, with worms. They are still always great options early season, and of course streamers as well. The rivers are up this week. The Grand is actually quite high right now. If you're fishing today, tomorrow, we'd recommend that you check out the Credit. But coming into the weekend, everything should start settling down. Those fish love, just like steelhead, a dropping water level, and so they will be setting up to eat in a big way. Your steelhead report. Again, last weekend was a terrific opener for steelhead. A wet one, mind you, but rivers stayed in shape right through. Rivers did come up this week. A couple of them were blown out depending on which system you're looking at, but there's still good numbers of fish in the rivers, and definitely pretty well every river is going to be in good shape for this week. There's not a lot of rain in the forecast from here on out, so definitely we're in good shape for steelheading this weekend. If you're looking to get your first fish on the swing, this is the time of year to do it. These fish are hungry, recovering dropbacks. They're extremely eager to eat a streamer. The other great thing about that is it allows you to cover water. So as these fish do finish up spawning and start moving down to the lake, they will become a little bit more spread out. Either fishing a streamer pattern stripped or swinging a fly allows you to cover a lot of water very efficiently, and it's a very fun way to fish too. So that would actually be one of our top methods to produce fish, not just a very fun way to do it. That said, nymphing will absolutely still work. We have lots of suckers in the river. They'll be dropping lots of eggs, so fishing egg patterns work great, as will nymphs, as will worms. Do consider some rivers hold fish later than others. So if you're trying to plan your trip for this weekend, chat with us. We fished a bunch of different systems this week and have a pretty good feel for which ones still have good numbers of fish. Definitely want to make sure you're on the right waters to begin with. And lastly, you might want to consider moving down rivers. So even though trout opener just happened and we have access to fish higher up on these rivers, as fish do start progressing back down to the lake, they do it in stages and they will settle at lower points throughout their journey. So don't focus solely on the headwater stretches, but also start sort of moving down towards the lake, following those fish as you go. And again, if you need any advice on where those stretches might be best hit, definitely get in touch with us. We'd be happy to help you out. So, hope you have a great weekend. Again, come down drift. We'll be happy to help you out, get set up for this weekend, and we'll see you on the water.